we moved the ball much better. We just got a little sloppy at times, and those are the areas that we have to clean up. We started the game, I think, 7 assists and 1 turnover, and then the next thing you know, I get the next stat sheet, it's 8 assists and 4 turnovers. Those are the areas that those are the times in the game that we have to eliminate. And as soon as we can get that, then we're going to be taken care of. We gave a little math quiz there at halftime. We're shooting about 60% from the field, and then we had five turnovers right there in the last 5 minutes of the second quarter. So I gave them the old math quiz of, if we get shots instead of turnovers, how many shots would we make if we're shooting 60%? We got that answer right, which was good. And then if we only make 2-point baskets, how many points would we get? We got that answer right. And then I'm trying to explain, instead of being up 16, you're up 22. Like, just by getting shots, instead of throwing the ball out of bounds, being sloppy with it. So, we like to have a little fun with it. But 16 turnovers is too many for us. We've got to get this thing down to 12 or 13. And then I can live with that, especially with how we try to push things in transition at times. We just have to eliminate the sloppy ones.
You mentioned never winning a conference title here. How does this feel for you?
Oh, it's great. It's 11 years in the works. I've got to thank Tom. I mean, there's no question. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Tom Jurich believing in me 11 years ago. So this is just as much his work as mine, and I'm very grateful for that. And then, Christine Herring has been along as my SWA, and she's been fantastic through all this for the years that she's helped me and been there for us. And then Vince has come in, and I think he's done a really nice job too. He's when all that chaos was going on, he just kind of let us focus on what we do. But I definitely want to thank Tom, because it's something that we had talked about, building a program and not just a team. And I think we have done that over 11 years. We've turned this into a nationally known program that's going to be there year in and year out.
What's the experience climbing the ladder and coming out with that?
Well, that's fun. I mean, that's all fun. Now, I told him I would much rather do that in the Elite Eight to go to the Final Four than I'd like to do it on that last night to win a national championship. So there are goals still out in front of us, but it's a lot of work. I mean, it's 16 games. I've said it all along that I think your regular season champion should get your at-large bid from your league, because it's harder to win a regular season championship than it is a conference tournament. Because, we're looking at possibly playing 3 games if we're fortunate enough to win. And if you can get hot for the right 3 games, well, you've got a chance to be conference champions. But to win a league for the regular season through 16, it's a grind.
Coach, after the last game, you talked about the tempo. You weren't really pleased with it, and the balls, I think you used the term, stick it in their hands a little bit. And certainly in the first quarter, it looked like that was the focus, because the ball was boom, boom, boom. Can you talk a little bit about how coachable? These girls must be a lot of fun to coach, and I think they're really coachable just watching, because what you talk about after one game, you see the improvement in the next game.
No, there's no question about it. That's something that we'd spent 2 days working on, was tempo and getting the ball moving. And I thought they came out and tried. I thought they tried the entire game. So I was really proud of them. And that's, now we're getting to a point of the year where Tuesday or Wednesday we come back to practice. That can't be something I have to say again. Now I got to be able to move on to the next area that we need to get better at. But they've got to be able to continue to have that same tempo. And that's been a challenge that I've put in front of them is, we can't go over everything every single day. So we work hard on X and on free throws. When we're shooting. So if we miss, we have a great chance of getting all offensive rebound. Well, to start the third quarter, Maisha X's, we get the offensive rebound. It ends up being a 4-point play because I think Durr hits a 3. So, how my math is, instead of getting 2, I'm getting 4, which you know, I know somebody's gonna be like, man, you only shot 70% for the free throw line, but we ended up getting 10 points. So it's the most you can get. So those are the things that I shouldn't have to do every single day. And I'm not now because they do that. So it allows us to move on to the next. So it's been a great group of young women. It's probably one of the most enjoyable years that I've had. And it's not just because we're 29-2. There's not a lot of BS I have to deal with off the court. When I get a chance to go home, I get a chance to spend it with my family, spend time with my girls, and that means a lot to me. And as coaches, you know, it's part of our job. Is obviously we're inheriting, and it's like more children. So you know, there's 12 more, but they're very responsible, and it hasn't been like that in the past. You know, so I'm very grateful for the 12 that we have.
Hopefully the basketball is a little bit of a different thing. You've been through a lot of success, and you wish you've done better. How do you feel like this team is prepared for that?
You know what? We're going to need some rest. I'm probably going to give them 2 days off. This is the hardest that I've pushed a team during the regular season because we had the opportunity to win a conference championship. You know, in the past, when you look at the old Big East and so forth, like, you know, you're getting Connecticut twice. And the thing about it is when you start off the year and you lose to them, it's like, oh gosh, you know, what are the odds somebody else is going to beat them? So all of a sudden you realize, okay, the odds of winning that conference championship aren't there. So I didn't push them as hard every single game to get to win that championship because it wasn't attainable. So we tried to make sure we were peaking come March, come Big East tournament, and then the NCAA tournament. But, you know, once we came out and we beat Notre Dame here at home, we knew everything was in front of us. So I pushed them hard, and they have responded. And we're going to need 2 days off here. I'm probably going to give them tomorrow and Tuesday to rest their legs, rest their minds, and then get back out here to get prepared to play. Because I think we're going to end up either playing Georgia Tech and Virginia Tech, maybe the 8-9. And, you know, Georgia Tech just lost at Florida State by 3 on their senior night today. And, you know, it took a last-second layup for us to execute to win at Georgia Tech. I mean, they're playing really well right now. So it's going to be a battle. We know that, whoever we play. And that's what makes this time of year fun.
Coach, your bench contributed 18 points. You have to be pleased with that.
Very pleased. I thought Dana came in. I thought she did some really nice things. She helped the tempo get going. Sid, I was excited for Sid to come in and knock down some shots. We're going to need that from her. So hopefully we can build on that. Kylie ends up with 4. You know, she's got to knock down those free throws. Bianca makes both free throws. I was proud of her. But, you know, I talked to Kylie and Bianca. They're going to have to continue to give us some more minutes and be able to handle the physicality of it, because now the game gets a lot more physical. In order to advance, you don't call fouls if you're an official. So it starts turning into, you know, hand-to-hand combat down there in the post. So you've got to be able to go through and finish when you get hit. And those two are struggling right now with that. So we've got to work on that.
At the end there, when Maisha came out for the last time, what did you tell her? You know, and really, what did you talk? Did you talk to her about, you know, what was going to happen today, and, you know, and kind of just, you know, seeing her reaction to how all that unveiled?
No, we really didn't talk about it. I mean, you know, we just talked about the opportunity to win a conference championship. Was at stake for today. You know, it was obviously her senior day, but what an opportunity to win the first conference championship in 17 years here in women's basketball, and also be your senior day. And when she came off the floor, I just told her I was proud of her. You know, 18 and 16 tonight, and she hasn't been playing with that effort the past few ball games. You know, and that's been my challenge to her, is every night bring it, every night bring it. And tonight I thought she was very, very good. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it. You guys are fantastic.
Thank you, Coach. Congrats.
Thank you.